Hi, my name is Andrew Clee and I work with Fidelity Investments. I'm here today to talk about the ETF industry and an overview of what we've seen so far. So many of you might not know, but Canada was actually the first country to launch an ETF. So some think that down in the States was the first ETFs. There was actually the Toronto Index participation shares in Canada. And the ETF industry has been a true source of innovation within the country. We now have over 42 issuers in the Canadian market that are listing ETFs on the TSX or the NEO exchanges. We've seen over 1,300 products come to market in this space. And I've been working in it for over a decade, and the industry's dramatically changed over my career. So when we first started, it was predominantly passive investing. So when I speak about passive, I want you to think about ETFs that track indices like the S&P 500, the S&P TSX, for example, or the FTSE TMX Universe Bond. But through innovation, we've seen a proliferation of that asset mix change. About over a decade ago was the introduction of smart beta ETFs. And the way to think about these is they're passive in execution, but they're trying to generate alpha. So an example there would be a value ETF that capitalizes on the value investing style. In more recent years, we've seen proliferation of active ETFs in the market. They've actually grown to about a 10% market share. So if we think about the evolution, we started out with what was predominantly about 100% passive. That now represents about 2/3 of the market. Smart beta ETFs, or strategic beta ETFs as they may be known, now represent about 20% of the market. And the balance is taking up active management, so true fundamental stock picking. And we've seen proliferation of issuers come to market. So what started as purely ETF players has now evolved into mutual fund giants, mutual fund managers that have entered the ETF space to bring those capabilities to a new vehicle. So we're very excited to see what is coming in the years ahead, but we are in a very friendly environment for innovation, and Canada is often a leader around the globe of bringing new products to market. So we've seen inverse ETFs, we've seen levered ETFs come to the Canadian market, premium, so think about covered calls. This is truly one of the fastest growing areas in the Canadian investment landscape. It's very exciting to see the number of issuers come to market, and we've seen the growth that are now outpacing mutual funds in terms of net sales. So it is expected that somewhere in the next decade or so that we do expect ETFs to compete with mutual funds in terms of asset size, and we are seeing that growth trajectory as it stands today.